Hello, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast where I share some of my knitting or craftiness, and we just chat about the world in general. That includes family and animals and all that stuff. Anyways, today is April 26th, and this is episode number 279. You can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Instagram, I'm knitting underscore Kim, KNITTIN underscore Kim. And then, oh, I guess that's it. Never mind, I forgot. Anyways, I want to give a great big Naturally Kim's Knitting welcome to Neenapawar from India. I may not have said that the way that you wanted or that is meant to be, but I'm sorry if not. She's just joined us, and she's actually entered into one of our craft alongs. So if you have time, you might want to go give her a big welcome and say hi, and make her feel like she's part of our community. So, anyways, going on. Those of you who have watched my podcast before know that I'm affiliated with Knitpicks and their sister company, WeCrochet, and then also Michael's. Now, Michael's I love because they have all different kinds of yarn. And if you go to the store in person, you can actually feel their yarns. And I don't think I've ever, well, it helps to be able to go there and feel them. But even the yarns I've not felt first, I really like them. And they have names that like Lion's Brand, Bernat, um, just Red Heart, all those. So, anyways, and they always have wonderful sales on. Now, Knitpick, as I mentioned last week, they have their Aloft yarn on sale. This sale runs from April 21st through May 1st. So if you're interested in getting any of their Aloft yarn, this would be the time to do it. And then, I want to see what they said about it. Okay, so I should let you know. It's all their Aloft solid and hand painted, 72% super kid mohair, and 28% silk lace weight yarns. So, and then through thank you. Crochet.com or WeCrochet, they're having 50% off of all Chroma yarn. Oh, fingering, worsted, bulky, twist, all these things. So if you're interested in purchasing anything from Michaels or from WeCrochet or Knitpicks, if you could go over to my show notes and copy and paste the address from my show notes, I can get a couple pennies, which I then turn around and invest in you guys. Because I love when you share your work with me, and with the others that look at it. Oh, you girls who have been making gnomes. Oh, I love your gnomes. I love the mandala that's on there. I love, the scars and all these. I love all of it. So, anyways, so if you could hop over there before you purchase and copy and paste it, that would help me out. I should mention Knitpicks also, as always, they have if you buy their bare yarns in bulk, you can save up to 15%. And then they also have all their fixed circular needles, 20% off right now. Okay, I should give you my blog address. It's ksnapier475.blogspot.com. Okay? Okay. Knit along time. Or craft along. It just comes out of my mouth, knit along. And I really mean craft along. If I'm not in sync with my video, I am sorry. I'm noticing right now, I'm probably not. It annoys me, I'm sorry. Anyways, for all of our craft alongs, we have 2 prizes per month, depending which craft along it is. Like the end of this month, the end of April, I'll be doing a drawing for the baby or toddler craft along. And then next month it'll be our finished objects. But there'll be two people who are chosen each time, and those people can choose from one of the following prizes: a $10 nitpick card, gift card, a $10 Michaels gift card, any pattern, giftable pattern worth up to $10. And then at least for probably this month and next month, you can also choose um, a Mila's knit corner pattern because I really want to support Mila. Oh, that reminds me, I have something I need to show you guys. So just a minute, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Mila may understand that pause. I have something to show you in a minute. Anyways, the winners for any of my craft alongs, you will, as long as I have access to internet, you should receive notifications of winning your prize on Ravelry. Okay? So if you are watching me from YouTube, you chance to cross this, you're welcome to enter our craft alongs, but you have to go onto Ravelry and become a member of our group. So anyways, let you know what the finished object craft alongs are. Finished objects, any item that you complete in the month of April or May. Take a picture of it, post it under the finished object craft along, and if there's a pattern name, please include it, because it can be any craft too. It can be any craft. I'm fine with that. Anyways, because then you'll be eligible for one of the two prizes that I draw at the end of May. What I do is I go in June 1st. I had to think what month comes after May. June 1st, and I use random number generator, and it helps me to find who gets the prizes that month. So we have the finished object craft along. That's April and May. Then March and April, we're having our baby or toddler craft along. And all you have to do is finish that baby or toddler item. Once again, take a picture. I have a very big camera here. Post it under the correct Ravelry thread. If there's a pattern name, please include it. And I go in first thing on May 1st. I will close it. I will use random number generator because I'm not going to choose the winners in any of these. I'll let random number generator do it. And the two people who are chosen by random number generator will then win one of the two prizes. Your choice. Like I said, Nitpicks, $10 Nitpicks gift card, $10 Michael's gift card, any giftable pattern up to $10, or a pattern from Mila's Knit Corner. Okay, then looking ahead, for May and June, we're going to have items in blue and yellow. They can have other colors in them, but I'm doing this to show my support for the Ukraine refugees, for the soldiers that are fighting over there. You know, it just really, and it helps when you know somebody who originally came from that area. So, yeah, next May and June will be blue and yellow. Okay, any item, as long as it's blue and yellow. You know what? And it doesn't have to be the exact colors of the Ukrainian flag. Just blue and yellow. Your choices of the blues and yellows. Okay, so what's on my needles? I'm really ashamed to say this because I was going to finish these. I am I am not a fan of this yarn. I'm sorry. I've knit with it before, but that was before I discovered sock yarn doesn't have to be scratchy. I'm sorry, but this is a little bit. So the other day I sat down and thought, okay, I was bouncing on my bouncy ball, getting my steps in. Any questions about that you could ask, otherwise I'll assume you know what I mean. And I thought, I'm finishing this sock. I'm not getting up till I finish both socks, is in fact what I said. Well, I had to go outside for a number of reasons, for the reason I will let you know later. Then it got time to make supper, and I had finished this one. I am, it didn't fall off, good. I am on the last row. No, I think I have two rows left on my knit one, purl one ribbing on this one. That yarn just wants to tag along. So yeah, it will be finished today because I've already started my next project, but I'm not going to show it to you yet because it's what it is. It's going to be socks. I'm going to make myself socks because you know me and socks. I love them. Well, these are going to be for me, and these are from the yarns that Fiona put in the advent calendar. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. But I got them late because of COVID and everything, and so I opened them this last year. And I decided I love socks. I love my homemade socks. I love this yarn. It is so soft. So I started to pair last night, but um, I'm not far enough to show it off yet. Sorry. Next week, I'll be ready. So that's the soup kitchen, and it would have been finished. I am planning on starting another soup kitchen sock after I finish this one today. It would have been finished, except things got in the way. You don't know how that is, do you? Same thing as my wicker work sweater. It was going to be blocked and it was going to be put together so I could show it to you. Life interrupted. So, like I said, I'll share that later. But yeah, so it's in pieces right to over my left shoulder, in fact. Um, Trying to find time and things are kind of correcting themselves. So, okay, then my temperature afghan. I don't have the right date on my show notes. This is through. I can't read the date. Oh, this is at the beginning of February 14th. So I did a week's worth in a week. I thought I would have gotten more than that. Because last week I was to check on my notes. Yeah, through February 7th. So, look. You can, okay, starting at the bottom, you can kind of see a little bit of a color change. Now, if you remember, we've had some cold days later on in February, if you're around here, later on in February, and we've had some in March, and, you know. So I'm anxious to see how this all comes together. The middle of when I get to the middle of March, I'm going to have to order some more yarn for this. Because I don't, it costs a lot to make an afghan. So I didn't want to get everything all at once. And plus, I don't know how many days of clear blue, which is the yarn I'll be using for certain temperatures, I would need at the beginning. I don't know how many of my other colors I was going to need, so I figured I'll wait until I get to the dates, and then I'll order, and if I have to wait a little bit, I have to wait a little bit. So be it. So anyways, and yeah, I was going to show you I'm calling them my Fiona Advent Yarn Socks, and don't know how many pairs I'll get out of them. I'm excited. I could make another pair for my husband. I might do that. I might even make a pair of shorties or something. We both like shorty socks, so. Okay, and I don't know if I told you this last week. I think I did. I think I told you that I finished my Advent socks as of last week. Yay! I have to share something with you. So I tutored this morning. I tutor on tutor.com. And I only had an hour. And on tutor.com, we're not supposed to give answers. We're supposed to guide them to the answers because that's the way they learn. And they learn how to learn. I had two kids that both wanted answers. And they just backed out before. So, it kind of makes me not crabby, but, grr, people, come on. So, I had half hour to go, and Genevieve calls me. If you don't know, Genevieve and Tobias are my grandchildren. The pictures at the beginning are of Genevieve and Tobias. Most of them. There might be one of Heather and Ginger and Tommy. I'm not sure. Anyways, so Genevieve called me. And I said, honey, I'll call you back in a half hour. Last time I told her that, I forgot. So I set my timer for, I said a half hour. I set it for 35 minutes because I wanted to make sure if I had a student that I'd be able to complete my student. And I got off from tutoring And I called her back. I said, see, I did remember. And we talked for a little bit, she and I did. And then she gave me to her brother. And her brother is such a hip hop dancer. He had to show me his moves, and it was just so cool. And I think I've told you that my daughter is probably going to be moving around this area in about a year's time. And so she was on one of the property searching websites. I think it was Zillow. And she showed Tobias this one house and it had a pond. And he goes, that's the house for us. It was over $600,000. And I told Molly, I said, well, he's going to have to start doing homework papers and things because he gets paid so much for every homework paper he does. And so I said, he's going to have to be doing a lot of homework papers for that house. So, anyways, those kids just made me smile. I said, I'm going to go into my podcast with an easy smile on my face. Sorry, that was just, I went right directly to chatting, didn't I? So, first thing I want to say, since I'm into the chat. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll do this first. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Randy. Happy birthday to you. Now, he probably didn't hear the words because he will watch my video at work, but he turns it on and he doesn't really listen to it. And his birthday is the 29th, but, this is my podcast before his birthday. So, what was the special thing that I was going to show you that I said Mila would know about? I'm having, thanks to Mila, this came from Mila. I have some Knitology by Knit Crate. Knitology Glowing Worsted. The color is Beta. 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, 30% alpaca. It is worsted weight, 150 yards per skein or 100 grams. Suggested needle size, US 8 to 10 or 5 to 6 millimeter. And I not only have one, I not only have two, I not only have three. Now the fourth one has fallen apart a little bit. I'll try to get that retwisted. But I have four. So that is 4 skeins, 150 yards each, 137 millimeters each of this yarn. Now, whoever wins this, or whoever, what I'm going to have you do at the end of the show notes this week, if you want this yarn, put down you want the Knitology, and you have to tell me which pattern from Mila you would like. Because you're not only going to win the yarn, you're going to win a pattern from Mila. That's worsted weight. I was going to keep this, but I'm giving you guys the choice. If you don't win it, or if you don't want it, I'll keep it. I'll find uses for it. But if you want it, you get a pattern too. This is Euro Yarn Sugared Sports by Knit Crate. 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 10% stellina. It's a sports weight, 300 yards or 100 grams. Now, and these are made for Knit Crate. I have 2 skeins of this. Isn't that gorgeous? And it has stellina in it. That's the sparkly stuff. If you want to win that, put down that you want the Euro yarn or the yarn with stellina in it, the sparkly yarn, whatever. But you also have to tell me which pattern you want. From Mila's Knit Corner. Now, I've told you before, but in case this is your first time, or in case you didn't notice it before, or hear it before, Mila's giving a percentage, if not, I can't remember if it's a percentage or all, of her pattern sales to to the Ukrainian, to help Ukraine, because she was born in Ukraine. She has family and friends there, which is a good reason why I am a big supporter of Mila's knit corner because, she wouldn't have to do this, but she's doing it because she's trying to help the refugees, the people who are fighting. And I'm it goes to my heart, and Mila knows this. We've sent emails back and forth, and she's been volunteering online to help out however she can. Yeah. If you've not checked out Mila's Knit Corner, please do so. Well, if you're interested in either one of the yards, you're going to have to check it out. And because then you'll have to let me know which pattern you would want to go with the yarn. And if you see other patterns that you like, it helps out a good cause as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it breaks my heart when I see the news about what's happening. Not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Oh, I should. Okay, she's having 25% off of all of her patterns. If you use the code Ukraine, I think she said the sale goes to the 29th. I think so. I was gonna put it in here. I haven't asked her. Anyway, so yeah, check her out. She's a good person too. I started off pattern testing for her, and then we would start talking, and we started talking about emailing about family, about all kinds of things, and she's a dear. I haven't had a pattern test for her lately, but I'm hoping I do again because I love her patterns. I've got one of her shawls. I think it's Dragon Tears that I made. And this winter, I had that all wrapped around me because it was just so nice, and I love the pattern, and it's a nice long wrap. Oh. Anyways, then I took pictures, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put them on here, of my plants that I have growing. Our pecan tree is beautiful. Now, we're not going to get pecans this year because we also have a little baby tree, and I think it's 3 years old. So it's not really going to start producing blossoms till next year, and you have to have cross pollinators for that. But we have, for the first time ever, a pear tree that is blooming this year. Ah! Our apple trees, even my one little one who has gone through so many transplants, so many deer nibbling on it, it is doing things this year. It is budding out. And then my brother, Rick, I love you. He showed this picture on Facebook of apple blossom time. When I was back at Purdue getting my horticulture degree, I had a fruit production class that I had to take. In order to make it through this class, one of the labs you had to do was to successfully graft at least 3 out of 4 trees. And I think they were all apple. I think they were. I could be wrong on that, but I think they were all apple. Well, I did it. We put one in our backyard. No, we didn't do it. We couldn't have done it in LaPorte. We must have brought it, we couldn't have done it in Lafayette, West Lafayette. So we must have taken it with us to Fort Wayne, and we planted it in the backyard. We moved a few times since then. But I gave one to my mom. I gave one to my brother Nick too, Nick and Robin, but they planted it in their yard at the time too, and they've moved once or twice since then. And I think the fourth one, I think it probably died. I successfully grafted it, but because I don't think anybody else in my family had a yard to plant it in at that time, it died from just not being planted and being cared for. But my mom she would go out, and when this tree was just a little thing, she would go out and she would beat it with a newspaper, rolled up newspaper, every day, because vibrating, this is true. This is true. Vibrating the trunk of the tree helps to send the juices, all the technical terms that you don't need to know, downwards and upwards so the roots grow and the tree grows. That tree is still alive and it's blooming. I'm so glad that Rick showed that to me. Yay. I love my brother and he knows that so much. Anyways, now to tell you why it is that I didn't get my sweater done and I haven't got farther on things. My little Ginger, I, yeah, she's not even reacting to me saying her name. She's worn out. Last Thursday, I was going around looking at all the fruit trees, looking at all the, I knew I would pay for it later because pollen from fruit trees can get to me, as well as hyacinths and lilies and all that. But I was looking at trees and, I say, oh, look at this. And I'd see bees around. I was all excited. And I looked over, and my puppy was eating something. And I thought it was a critter, which, well, I'm not happy about either thing that she did. I thought it was a critter, though. And I said, Ginger, what do you have? And she jumped up and she trotted over to me, very guilty. And I went over and there was a half-eaten corn cob. I didn't think anything about it because, dogs eat so many things. But I'd forgot who I was talking about because she likes to, wolf things down in one bite, not swallow half the time. That was Thursday. Friday, she started having potty issues. We were going outside every hour, hour and a half. My husband and I were talking at supper, and he goes, what should we do to help her? I said, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. And I told her that the day before she'd been out there eating a corn cob, but that's the only thing I knew that was unusual. Well, at that time of night, it was too late to call our vet. So we said, okay, let's wait and see what happens by tomorrow. Oh, I looked it up online. I didn't know if a dog has diarrhea, you should automatically take him to the vet. Didn't know this. Because she's eaten things before that has made her have diarrhea. I'm sorry, potty problems. So this was Friday. It was too late to call the vet. We do have an emergency vet clinic, but we both said, let's just wait, see what happens tomorrow. So the next day, wasn't any better, took her to the clinic, and they took an x-ray of her. Found obstructions in her lower intestine. Corn cob. So they gave us some pills because she started throwing up too. Gave us some pills to settle the tummy. Gave us special dog food to help things along. And I am happy to say, yesterday evening when my husband took her out, things seemed normal. Today, I've only taken her out twice. She usually asks. One time she didn't really need to go out. She just went to look at the neighbors. This is normal for her. But she's very worn out. So, yeah. So my show notes say sick little Ginger, but she's a healthier little Ginger now. Now, the other thing we have to do is her little kitten, Heather. I don't know how old she is, but cats are always kittens to me. Dogs are always puppies to me. Love this little girl dearly. But before we had gotten her, before she went to her foster home, she had been in a fire. And the scar tissue is becoming very obvious around her. So we need to get the vet records because they said they're going to send them to us so that we can then ask our vet, what can we do about these? So, because she scratches them. And so they're bleeding a little. I should tell you I'm drinking sparkling ice. Strawberry lemonade. It's good. So anyways, that has been what's taken up most of my week. Because like I said, it was soon after she ate the corn cob that she started having problems. Oh, you love your pet so much. And I don't care if anybody does say, but she's a dog. No, she's not, or she's a kitten. They're families. As my friend Jill says, they're your fur babies. And they are. I put it out on Facebook yesterday about what was going on with Ginger, because as of that time, I was really worried. We'd been praying for her and everything, but I was worried because the vet had said if it didn't clear up within another 24 hours, bring her in, and that would mean surgery. She's 10 years old. When you think about converting that, that means she's over 70. And, surgeries when you get older can be a little bit harder to take. And she does have arthritis and other things. So I was really kind of hoping no surgery for her. And it doesn't look like we're going to have to. Praise God. Praise God. I put on Facebook today, it was all the good thoughts, and I meant to put and prayers of all my friends and loved ones who put good thoughts out there. Because, she's a lot better. Yay. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. I knew I'd be talking for a while especially about little Ginger. Excuse me. But I love you guys. And I thank you for letting me chat away there at the end. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope all of your craftiness is successful without any mistakes. But if you do make mistakes, I hope they're little ones that are very easy to correct. I love you all. Big hugs. Take care. God bless. And if you can, press like and subscribe. Okay. Bye-bye. Talk to you next week.